This resume got me job offers at Google and a bunch of highly competitive Fortune 500s. This is no accident. I spent hundreds of hours crafting and testing the perfect resume. Now I'm spilling all the secrets for free in this video. In short, you want to focus on these 4 resume tips if you want your job application to stand out from the crowd. And for some reason, most people can't get number 4 right. Number 1, use a clean and simple format. Number 2, include work portfolio and website. Number 3, write impact-focused bullet points. And number 4, remember that your resume is a movie trailer, not a documentary. That said, let's deep dive into each tip to see how they can be leveraged to improve your resume. Resume tip number 1, use a clean and simple format. 10 seconds. That's how long a recruiter looks at your resume before he or she makes a decision. If they're distracted by colors or clutter, your resume will end up in the junk pile. That's why it's super critical to have a clean and simple format. At the top, you should start out with your name, contact info, address, and website. This should not take more than 2 to 3 lines. Right under there, you will have your first section. If you're a student or a working professional pursuing a master's degree, you should list your education first. Otherwise, you should always list your job experience first. In my resume, I have my education first because I was in business school at the time. For the education section, list the school name and the major that you studied. Note that GPA and attendance year are optional, especially if you have a couple years of experience under your belt. Under your experience section, for each job, you should list company name, job title, start and end date, and 3 to 4 bullets that demonstrate skill sets that are relevant for the positions that you're looking for. The last section that I recommend having is relevant skills and interests. Obviously list the skills that qualify you for the job, but I also like to list out interests as well. Well, first off, this just shows the employer that you're not a robot and you have some kind of interest outside of work. On this resume, I listed Lego, basketball, and mechanical watches as some of my interest, and it's been a great conversation starter in a lot of the interviews that I've been in. Resume tip number 2, include work portfolio and website. In a sea of resumes claiming expert proficiency in every skill there is, with zero evidence to back it up, the ones with a work portfolio will truly stand out from the rest. In the first section of your resume, right under your name, you should put a website that the hiring manager can click on to look at some of your work samples. It's okay if you just use LinkedIn and put some of your work samples there, but having a work portfolio website works better because it shows the employer you're the kind of person to put in the effort to put together a polished website to showcase your skills. I've been on the hiring committee for some of my employers, and we've always been impressed when a candidate back up their claims in their resume with a solid work portfolio website. Resume tip number 3, write impact-focused resume bullet points. Do yourself a favor. When you write the bullet points for your resume, don't just focus on what you did at that job, but rather focus on the business impact that you had on the company. Let's use a financial analyst resume as an example. Bullet A, compile and analyze 5 financial reports every week and distribute to a team of senior executives. Bullet B, generate insights on revenue trends and profit optimization opportunities for a $16 million per year business unit and work with senior executives to facilitate positive change. If you were a hiring manager, you will absolutely pick resume B because it demonstrates the candidate's ability to add value as an employee, even though employee A and B could have the same job and do exactly the same thing. You get the idea. Resume tip number 4. Remember that your resume is a movie trailer, not a documentary. Your resume is a movie trailer. It's a sneak peek into what it's like to have you on as an employee. Now, I want you to think about the best movie trailers you've seen. What do they have in common? They give you a taste of something exciting that you will see in the movie, the climax if you will, without giving you every little boring detail about the story. Your resume should follow a similar approach. It should highlight your skill sets and experiences that will sell you as a rockstar employee to your potential employer and leave out irrelevant information that's not going to sell you. Given that the average recruiter only looks at a resume for 10 seconds, having a documentary-like resume will hurt your chances at getting an interview. So, if you want to get called for more job interviews, make your resume more interesting. And that's it. These are the 4 resume tips that I spend hundreds of hours to get right. As you put in the work and start implementing these tips into your resume, you're going to start noticing a higher success rate with your job applications. Thank you again for staying until the end. If you want more helpful career content like this, make sure you give me a follow and turn on notification. That's it for today. Thank you so much again for watching, and have a good day.